Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. We began tonight with breaking and developing stories coming out of South Sudan, where tensions are rising in different parts of the country. Two major incidents are drawing national attention. One involved a deadly attack that claimed the life of a senior government officials in a disputed area. The other involved a court case in Juba where a police officer is facing trial over allegation of assault on a civilian. These two cases are now sparking national debate about the security, accountability, and growing tension between communities and government institutions. We will begin first with the tragic killing of a county commissioner in eastern Equatorial State. Before we move on, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with the killing of Capoeira East County Commissioner. Authorities in eastern Equatorial State have confirmed the death of the Capoeira East County Commissioner, identified as Stephen Lowosio Lomongin. A report said the commissioner was killed on Thursday, June 11, 2026, while he was on an official government visit to an area known as Castengor, a place that has been at the center of a long-standing territorial dispute. This area is claimed by both Eastern Equatorial State and Greater Pibur Administrative Area. According to state officials, the commissioner was on duty when he was ambushed by army individual. They say that he was traveling as part of his official responsibility when the attack happened. Let's look at the background of the commissioner. Stephen Lowosio Lomongin was appointed in May 2025 as the commissioner of Capoeira East County. His appointment came under the national power sharing arrangement involving political faction in South Sudan. He was serving under the SPLM-IO political arrangement linked to national peace building effort. Colleagues describe him as a young man, a young administrator who was actively involved in local governance and community engagement. Casanor has been a highly sensitive area for many years. According to the information, both Eastern Equatorial State and the Greater Pibur Administrative Area claim ownership of the land. Tension increased recently after high-level officials from the Greater Pibur Administrative Area, which is GPAA, visited the region and told local residents that Casanor belonged under their administration. This visit was strongly rejected by Eastern Equatorial State authorities, who describe it as unauthorized entry into their territory. Just day after that visit, the commissioner was killed while on an official mission in the same area. Let's look at government reaction from Eastern Equatoria. Speaking to the media, the Information Minister of Eastern Equatoria State, Elia John Ahaji, confirmed the killing. He said the commissioner was attacked while performing his official duties in Castengor. He described the attack as an ambush carried out by army group and suggested that the violence may have been influenced by political actor from the Greater Pibur Administrative Area. The minister strongly condemned the killing and called it a shocking act of violence against government officials. He also urged citizens to remain calm and allow investigation to take place. According to him, there were no active clashes reported in the area before the incident, which raised serious questions about what exactly triggered the attack. Let's look at the position from Greater Pibur Administrative Area. The Greater Pibur Administrative Area rejected this allegation. Their Information Minister John their Information Minister Jacob Welshum gave a different version of event. He say army group from Eastern Equatorial State reportedly entered Kasengor and started the confrontation. According to him, fighting broke out between the attackers and local youth as well as security forces stationed in the area. He suggested that the commissioner may have been caught in crossfire during the clashes. He also stated that the situation involved heavily army group and rapid escalation on the ground. At this moment, there are two completely different versions of what happened. One side say the commissioner was ambushed and targeted. The second side, or the other side, saying he may have died during a clash after army entry into the area. Independent verification of the event has not yet been confirmed. This has made the situation more sensitive and has increased call for a neutral investigation. Civil society leaders in Eastern Equatoria have expressed deep concern over the killing. They are calling for calm and urging national authorities to intervene. One civil society representative say the commissioner had gone to Kasengor in an effort to engage with communities and promote peace and dialogue. They are now calling for proper boundary demarcation and dialogue between the two administrations to prevent further violence. This incident has increased fear that the territorial dispute over Kasengor could escalate further if not addressed quickly. Residents in the area are now said to be worried about possible retaliation or further clashes. Community leaders are urging both sides to avoid violence and allow government-led investigation to take place. Let's move on to our second top story, called Here Police Assault Case in Juba. According to this information, a court in Juba has heard testimony in a case involving a serving police officer accused of assaulting a young civilian. The accused is Captain Richard Roy Kwol, a member of the South Sudan National Police Service. He is facing charges following an incident that was recorded on video and widely shared on social media. The video shows a man being beaten in the High Malakal area of Juba. The footage caused public outrage and raised questions about police conduct and accountability. The case is being heard by the Joint Emergency Court for Organized Force, a special tribunal that includes judges from different security institutions. During Thursday's hearing, an investigation officer presented findings from an internal police investigation. The court was told that a statement had been collected, including one attributed to the accused officer. According to the investigation report, Captain Richard Roy Kwol said the incident happened on May 5th, 2026. He claimed that while driving near Cinema Street, he had an argument with a group of young men. He further stated that one of the youths insulted him and damaged his vehicle, including the side mirror and window. He said the suspect attempted to run away and he chased him. The officer admitted that he struck the young man twice on the leg with a stick before reporting the matter to security personnel. During the hearing, the defense lawyers questioned how the investigation was carried out. The court also asked about how evidence was collected, especially the video footage circulating online. Judges wanted clarity on who recorded the video, how it was obtained, whether all witnesses were properly interviewed, whether the investigation followed proper procedures. The video evidence became a major focus of the session. This case is being closely watched because it raises important questions about use of force by security officers accountability within the police service, treatment of civilian during dispute, the role of video evidence in modern investigation. Many people say the outcome of this case could set an important example for future cases involving law enforcement conduct. The court session ended with plan to continue the trial on June 16. More witnesses are expected to testify and additional evidence will be reviewed before a final decision is made. If you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to tap the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching and bye-bye.